You're driving down the highway, maybe a long stretch of road, with nothing but trees for miles. Suddenly, the coffee you drank an hour ago decides it's time to go. You're uncomfortable. You pull off the exit, walk into a rest stop, and within minutes, you're back in the car. It's a moment so ordinary, so unremarkable, that you don't even think about it. But here's the weird part. For almost all of human history, solving that problem was part of your daily survival. There were no rest stops, no pipes, no porcelain. So, where did everyone go? If you were a human living 5,000 years ago as a hunter-gatherer, the answer was simple. You'd just find the nearest bush, hope nobody followed you, and get back to your day. With 50 people in a forest, nature handles the mess easily. It's not a problem. It's just part of the ecosystem. But then, humans did what humans always do. We gathered together. And what works for 50 people in a forest becomes a disaster for 50,000 people behind city walls. Suddenly, you couldn't just walk into the woods. You were living in a stone, brick, and mortar cage. You're in a city of 50,000 people. Everyone is eating. Everyone is drinking. And the question, where does everyone go, stopped being a simple chore and started being a survival crisis. The streets filled with waste. Drinking water became contaminated. Diseases spread faster than armies. The question wasn't just, where does everyone go anymore? It became, how do we stop an entire city from making itself sick? Humans got tired of the filth. Someone finally said, there has to be a better way. In the Indus Valley, they got creative. They built stone drains that carried waste away beneath the streets. Thousands of years ago, they looked at the mud and the filth and decided, you know what, this is going underneath. But then we took a weird turn. Imagine using a public toilet in ancient Rome. You're sitting shoulder to shoulder on a stone bench, having a conversation with absolutely no walls between you and your neighbors. Awkward? Not for the Romans. To them, privacy was the weird idea. They didn't have a word for stall. And here's a fact that sounds fake. They didn't use toilet paper. Instead, many public toilets shared a single sponge attached to a stick, rinsed in a channel of running water between uses. Yes, really, a shared sponge on a stick. It sounds like a nightmare. To them, it was just Tuesday. Then came the Middle Ages, and things went downhill. In medieval Europe, the street became the toilet. You'd hear a shout of, "Gardez l'eau!" Literally, watch out for the water. And you'd better move, because a chamber pot was coming down from a second-story window. We were building cathedrals that reached the heavens, while living in streets that were, well, let's just say they weren't exactly heaven. We were building cities like gods, while dealing with problems every animal solves without thinking. It was comedic, it was tragic, and it was dangerous. But then, everything changed. The flush toilet arrived. It wasn't just a porcelain bowl, it was a revolution. It was the moment we finally figured out how to separate human life from the mess we create. We built massive, hidden pipes underneath our feet. We turned sanitation into a silent, invisible system. And that's the part nobody talks about. Today, you walk into a bathroom, you press a lever, and you never think about it again. We have this entire invisible infrastructure dedicated to keeping us healthy. We take it for granted, but we shouldn't. Think about the sheer contrast. Somewhere, 10,000 years ago, a human walked away from their camp to find a quiet place in the woods. They never worried about plumbing. They never worried about sewers. They just lived with the world, exactly as it was. They lived in harmony with the cycle of nature. But they were also vulnerable to everything that nature threw at them. Every day was a gamble. We decided we wanted more. We decided we wanted to live together. In the thousands, in the millions. We wanted to build schools and theaters and markets. And to do that, we had to solve the one problem that almost ended us. We turned the mess of nature into the comfort of civilization. Tomorrow morning, you'll press a lever and never think about it again. That's exactly how civilization wanted it. The greatest invention in your home is the one you never talk about. Because the best inventions disappear into everyday life.